and welcome to the Boss Up, Ball Out podcast, your trusted source for Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Kurt Steele. Hey, do us a favor, like the video and share it with other Lions fans just like yourself. If you like what we do on this channel, subscribe to it, and it brings our content to more Lions fans just like yourself. Now it's time to bring in my co-host. First up, man, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the ladies' pet, the men's regret. You ain't seen nothing yet. My man, LL Cool Torrance. What's going on, my guy?
And what's up, everybody? Good morning.
Man, and y'all know who it is. It's our resident defensive line coach, man, executive chef, and just all around good dude. My man, the Wolverine Lion. Who?
Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
All right, so if you don't know how this show works or you're new to the channel, man, I hope that, we're getting some people coming back. Okay, what we do here at Boss Up, Ball Out podcast, we look at Lions news, headlines, or takes, and if we agree, we say it's bossed up. If we disagree, we say it's balled on. We give our reasons why we agree or disagree. Now it's time to get into what we're going to talk about on today's show. Time for today's topics. All right. What we're going to look at today is who was the best player upgrade this offseason. Jared Goff ranked 9th by NFL executives and some scouts and some coaches as well. And the camp battle, who wins CB3 or pretty much the nickel position for the Detroit Lions. All right, now let's get into the first topic of today. Who was the best player upgrade? Now I have to give a shout out to my guys over at Pride of Detroit. Their discussion article on which offseason acquisition was the best upgrade was the basis of my topic for today. So first up was Kevin Zeitler replacing Jonah Jackson. Like this upgrade because it brings dependability. He's 34 years old, which to me isn't a big deal when it comes to offensive linemen. Here's the big deal for me. He's missed 4 games. 4 since 2015 due to injury. The best ability is availability on your own line, man. You look at this. I know that he is not really a replacement for Jonah Jackson because he plays right guard and Jonah Jackson played left guard, and that moves over Graham Glasgow, but it is pretty much a 1-to-1 correlation. Next up was defensive tackle DJ Reader replacing Benito Jones and Tyson Alu. Now, this was a massive upgrade. Reader, unlike Jones and Alu, demands a double team every time he lines up on the defensive line. Those guys benefit from double teams, talking about Jones and Alu. They benefited from double teams last year on Lee McNeil. And then the last one was the cornerback room was almost completely overhauled with Carlton Davis III, Amik Robinson, Terrion Arnold, Enes Rickstraw. The only cornerback that started multiple games for me out of necessity on the roster is Kendall Vildor. He's the only guy that's a leftover that was started multiple games last year. Brad Holmes spent the most resources on that unit this offseason, which was the biggest weak spot for the Lions in 2023. So, which one of these was my choice? And what I'm giving a bossed up on? I'm going to get a boss up on the DJ Reader acquisition. As I mentioned, his play up front as a defensive tackle is an instant upgrade, not just for the defensive line, for the entire front 7. He frees up the interior pass rush with the Lee McNeil and out on the edges with guys like, of course, Aiden Hutchinson and maybe Davenport or James Houston. And the double teams that he demands, of course, frees up the linebackers and safety to come downhill and play freely against the run. I mean, you look at that for all those reasons. That's why I believe that the DJ Reader acquisition for me is the best upgrade this offseason at a position. Now, I'm going to kick it on over to our defensive line coach, Mike Jones. Man, what you got to say about this?
Man, I might surprise y'all a little bit, but I think Kevin Zeitler was the biggest acquisition in free agency. because one thing, that offensive line, who was already top 2 or 3 in the NFL, added another Pro Bowler. Man, that makes it the head above shoulders, the most dominant offensive line in the NFL. It was already the most dominant position group on the team. Now it's super dominant. Now it's up there. It's up there. Man, I can't even see. They in space right now. So Kevin Zeitler.
Kevin Zeitler. All right, my man LL, what you got?
Well, I guess I might surprise y'all as well, but we're gonna get one for each. I'm going for the cornerback room, man. Because even with last year, we Jonah Jackson had a bunch of injuries, still won some games without him. DJ Reader, that's a big signing, but is he even healthy? You know what I'm saying? So from what I'm hearing, he might not even play until after the trade deadline or something like that. But even last year without DJ Reader, we still had it was a top 2 or 3 run defense. So not going DJ Reader, but last year, of course, our cornerbacks were awful, and we just revamped that room, like Kurt said. I'm gonna just use a phrase. I really didn't used to like this, but I'm gonna use it in this context from Miss Val, what she used to call them, the blind ballerinas of the backfield or something like that. So just thinking about something like that, and then think about what we've done so far. Not saying that these guys that we have are anything proven, because we got some rookies and stuff like that. But with the guys that we do have that that are, or that have some that got some what I'm trying to say, they have a lot of on tape, some veterans and stuff like that. Carlton Davis and Amik Robinson are pretty good, but that's the best upgrade for me.
All right. Hey, tell us what you think in the comments, man. So let us know in the comments of this video what you think is the biggest player upgrade was this offseason. So let us know. Hashtag bossed up, hashtag balled on, whatever you agree. You know what I'm saying? If you agree with us, hashtag bossed up. We all gave different reasons or different scenarios of who we thought the best upgrade was. So let us know in the comments, man. All right. Like the video and share it with other Lions fans, man. And comment. Give us a thumbs up, man, and let us know what you think. All right. Now it's time to head into what I believe is going to be LL's favorite topic of today. We'll kick it over to Coach Mike Jones, man, for his topic for today.
LL, you can't say nothing this whole segment between me and Kurt. No, I'm just playing, man. But so an article came out. Jared Goff was ranked the 9th best quarterback in the NFL by exec scouts and coaches. Do I think that's fair or unfair? You know what? I'm going to say it's fair because they had Jared Goff ranked like 16 last year or something crazy like that. He was on the back end of the quarterbacks in the NFL. So now that he's snuck into the top 10, which I think, he should have been from the get-go, it's good, man. Where do I think Jared Goff is right now? Actually, I would say Jared Goff is around, I think he's around 6 or 7 best quarterback in the NFL. And that's disregarding the fact that he can't use his legs that well. But he can manipulate the pocket, and he has very good ball placement. He's poised. He has command of the offense. So Jared Goff for me is probably around 6 or 7, but I'll take that 9. But the question to y'all, man, is where do y'all rank Jared Goff, and do you think it was fair? And finally he is getting a little bit of respect, so I'm gonna back up off them a little bit. I was gonna bite their head off at first. I'm like, number 9. I mean, there's 8 quarterbacks better than Jared Goff, but I'm like, pump your brakes, because they did have him at like number 18 last year, or 16 or something like that. So what y'all think, man?
All right, because I'm gonna say the best for last. I'm gonna go first because I know LL got some interesting stuff to say about this.
Oh Lord!
But for me, JG coming in at number 9. Guess I called him JGLL. It's fair with an asterisk. Now I know that most of these guys are saying that Jared Goff doesn't have some of the natural abilities that other quarterbacks have. He doesn't have the stronger arm like Matthew Stafford or the scrambling ability of Patrick Mahomes. But what he does have is a high football IQ and knowledge of the offense that he runs. Here's my thing with what all this people were saying, and this is why I think that he may be a little low on this list. He was top 5 in passing yards for the season, yards per game, and touchdowns. He was top 10 in completion percentage and passer rating, and 11th in QBR. You can't name a lot of guys that were top 10 in all those categories. I mean, you look at it, he had more passing yards than Patrick Mahomes last year. The only person that had more passing yards last year was Tua Tagovailoa. Okay, Goff has proven himself time and time again. I think I said doesn't think that he gets the love he deserves because of his limited physical traits, but he plays a cerebral game. Now, what will fix all the disrespect for Jared Goff? It's easy. One thing: a Super Bowl win. All right, my man LL, because I know you got some interesting things to say on this topic. What you got?
Don't nobody say that stuff like you be saying it. Kurt, go on, say
it. Well, it may not be that surprising. Number 9, I don't think it's unfair. I don't really care. You know, I don't care about rankings and stuff like that. But yeah, y'all better be glad that the internet on the second phone is going real slow, because I was gonna bring up a list and I was gonna definitely try to name at least 9 quarterbacks better than Jared Goff, but I ain't about to do all that. 9, I don't care. Rankings, I don't really care. We know we seen what we seen. I don't care, man. He's our quarterback. He's gonna play football and all that good stuff. Like you said, the only thing that shut some people up is winning the Super Bowl. Some people ain't gonna shut up if you do that, because Brad Johnson won the Super Bowl, Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl, and by somebody's I mean me. But I probably would shut up then. I ain't gonna lie. But one thing I want to ask though, when you said that that's way low, 6 or 7, Coach Mike. The other day, I seen you tweeting about it. NFL Network, they run them old games like how BET used to run Baby Boy back in the day. And for one game that I really hate to see, they just play this mug all the time, every single weekend. It's the Lions versus the 49ers. And in that game, Lions versus 49ers, but Lions versus Cowboys. I'm sorry, that's the game I was trying to reference. And in that game, I seen you tweeting about that, Coach Mike. In that game, like, none of that pissed you off? Like, just seeing him keep throwing that weak ass out route, and he got picked off twice in that game on that same weak ass out route. And you just see that, you don't think like, man, that is goddamn awful. In that game, you'll see Troy Aikman to call it out. James Williams running past everybody, and of course he's throwing to the open man, but James Williams is also open. But if we had a guy who can, as O'Shea would say, walk it to him, man, then things would be a lot different. But you can only go on for what we have, not what we want. So I'm not gonna argue about number 9. I don't really care. Good for y'all's friend.
All right. So one guy that didn't have all the physical traits that who shut a lot of people up was Tom Brady. Tom Brady wasn't a great physical quarterback. He couldn't run. He didn't have the greatest arm to getting the ball down the field. But what did he do? He won. So that's the thing for me that's going to get Jared Goff over the hump as far as ratings concerned, is winning. He's going to have to win. I mean, that's basically what he's going to have to do. I mean, and winning the Super Bowl in Detroit will be a miracle of all miracles. So, yeah. He does that for us in Detroit. He going to shut some people down. All right, last topic for today. We're going to kick it over to my man LL for his topic. But before we do that, man, hey, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and give us what you think in the comments, man. Let us know, what did you think about Jared Goff's rating on this list by NFL executive scouts and coaches, man. And head over to my man's LL site, man, myhighstuff.com. I know we got some stuff working on. I know we're revamping the Wolverine Lion site, man. You can catch me over at kurtsteele.com. You can catch all our videos right there on kurtsteele.com as well. All right, my man LL, what you got to talk about today, man?
Well, also, when you said about all that stuff about Tom Brady, shout out to Bill Belichick. But camp battles, I've been talking about those so far on this show. And today, we're going to look at the camp battle at CB3, just like Kurt said in the intro, or our nickel position. We have a newcomer on the team. Well, the first option on the team, or newcomer, I got to say, Amik Robertson came over from the Raiders. Shout out to my man Dosa Dion. I don't know if y'all mess with him like that. Check him out. He's very informative. But he ran a lot of tape, and I watched a lot of them. And Amik Robertson, he didn't play that well from the slot. He played a lot better out there on the outside. But from all accounts, as far as what he's been doing so far, just in team activities, I'm not going to count that too much because they've been pajama parties or whatnot. Let's all pray for Coach Mike. I hope you get up off the floor. But that's a joke, of course, because hopefully you're not really on the floor. But all accounts are saying he's playing much better in the slot, and he's been our slot corner so far. So that's option number one, Amik Robinson. Option number two is rookie Ennis Rakestraw. Of course, he was our second round pick. Very, 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 very good, talented young corner, but I believe he is hurt as well. And I don't know if this is the exact same thing because I really didn't. Once I heard it, I just wanted to stop thinking about it. They said something like he had a core surgery or something like that, and I remember that's the same thing that Jeff Okudah had. So, but at some time this season, will our rookie Ennis Rakestraw take that nickel position and lock it down? I personally think the goal is to have Sub-Zero, Terrion Arnold, and Ennis Rakestraw as our two future outside corners, and then we'll find somebody to play the middle. But we'll see because the future is not here yet, of course. But and then the third option, and I also want to put, I apologize, Kirk, because I want to put other, but I put Brian Branch initially. So with that, I'll say, is it going to be that B2 bomber, Brian Branch, or one of these two gentlemen, Amik Robinson, or Terrion Arnold? Will Terrion Arnold maybe even play the nickel spot? Will Amik Robinson end up being our outside corner, and will Terrion Arnold end up playing the corner? The nickel position. So the three options: Amik Robinson, Ennis Rakestraw, or if you want to say other, Brian Branch or Sub-Zero. Who do y'all think will be our starting or our cornerback three?
All right, so I'm gonna let my man Coach Jones get himself settled a little bit. I'll take this one first. All right, so for me, who is going to be the nickel? I think right now, Amik Robinson wins the job at nickel or CB3, and the reason I say that because his Branch is going to be in that starting rotation as safety. I think that's what the role they're going to have him play this year. Robinson's a dog, and he said it himself, man. He didn't come to Detroit to be a depth player, so I think he's going to get out there and training camp, and like you said, he's already been playing that role. It may be a rotation thing where he comes in. Depends on what's going on with Brian Branch, but right now I think that he has the advantage right now going into camp. So team activities, he's lining up in the nickel position. But Amik Robinson, he calling out fans, he calling out podcasters, he calling out content creators and say, "Hey man, I'm gonna show you, but I can tell you that I'm not a depth player." So what you got, man, Coach Jones?
If y'all was wondering what happened, my tripod broke, man. Like just out of nowhere. I don't know if it was a ghost, wind, or whatever. It was my uncle from on the grave. Like, look, man, I don't like what y'all saying. Yeah, man.
He didn't like what you were saying about JG.
Yeah, that's messed up. You know what? But I think Brian Branch is gonna find a way on the field, man, and that's why I give Brian Branch the heads up on this one. I just don't see Brian Branch as just a safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we might go with in the 4-2-5 or sometimes where we go 3 safety sets, but man, I gotta give Brian Branch the heads up, man, because he's the best. He's the most intelligent football player in that group. So Brian Branch.
Okay, all right. So I said that it may be a rotation where I think that Brian Branch is going to be kind of everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Our secondary, he's going to line up at safety. He's going to line up at nickel. And I think with the times that he's lining up at safety or starting at safety a game, Amik Robinson is going to be that guy that's going to come in and play the slot or the nickel. I just believe that he's going to try. To be honest with you, I love what we have going on in our cornerback room because of the competition and talent that we have, and we can rotate guys. And talked about it yesterday with Coach Dan from Lions Talk Live was on our live show yesterday. He was talking about the flexibility of what we have in our cornerback room. We got guys that can play multiple positions. They can play corner, they can play safety, they can play inside, they can play outside. So we have a lot of guys that have versatility that can play all over our secondary. So, and is this a where you can a guy goes down or he needs to come out get a rest, and you can bring in a guy and there's not a big drop off because of the fact that you have guys that can come in and replace them easily. All right, that's our show for today, man. We have some great topics, man. I want to give a bossed up, balled out player for me today is my granddaughter. Avery Solis scored her first soccer goal yesterday. She is my balled out player. She balled out yesterday, man. So she gets a bossed up and balled out. Go ahead, baby girl. Papa, I love you. And I'm proud of you, what you're doing out there on the soccer field. All right. It is time for our parting shots for today's show. But before we get into that, make sure you do us a favor. Go ahead and follow us on your favorite social media platforms, man. And you know what tomorrow is. Head on over to Instagram for Thursdays with my man LL Cool Torrance, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe hold on. Let me get my thirsty. It be thirsty over there on Thursday. All right, time for parting shots, my man. Coach Jones, what you got?
Don't buy none of these tripods right here. Cause these things right here, sorry, you can't see because the light is shining so hard on me. But yeah, these tripods, they janky. I don't like them. But you know what, man? I just want to say, man, I'm happy. I'm geeked up right now. We just came off of our third 7-on-7 last night, man. We trying to push to win the I8 division this year, man. So football season wrapping up for me. I got 3 days off next week. I'm gonna be in the weight room with them fellas early. All 3 of them days, man. I'm geeked up, man. I'm on my itch today. So yeah.
All right, my man. LL, what you got for the people?
Man, that's excellent, Coach Mike. You're gonna spend your off days getting up early and doing stuff like that. That's excellent. But we already know what it is because you're a coach. So, but shout out to you, man. But happy Wednesday, y'all. Never mind about Thursdays and anything that Kurt ever says about Thursdays. But have a great Wednesday, y'all, and we'll see y'all next time.
Man, don't let LL fool y'all, man. It be thirsty every day on his Instagram page, but especially on Thursdays. Man. Hey, thank you for starting your workday off with us right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast. We appreciate you coming over and checking us out. Leave us a comment on the video. Tell us how we're doing, man. And subscribe to the channel. We are at 1669 right now. So to get to our 2000 mark, here we're on the road, man. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man, and help us bring this content to more Lions fans just like yourself, or you're just a football fan. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hey, you got to do one thing for your boy Kurt Steele. Whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man, Coach Mike Jones and LL Cool Torrance, this is Kurt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.